And as you arrive in this morning's meditation practice, simply begin by tuning into your body and letting your body physically land. So there's this feeling of release. There's this feeling of arrival. Nowhere else to be. Nothing else to do but to simply be through these practices of the breath, of navigating our awareness to certain things that draw us closer to the present moment unfolding. So you're still with the body, you're letting everything land and get a little bit heavier. The hands, the hips, the feet dropping down. But then there's this awakeness as well that's present through the crown of the head, through the chest. And then bring this sense of openness now into your breath. Simply becoming aware of the breath that is going in and out and allowing that quality of openness to start to trickle in. We're breathing in and out through our nose, nasal breathing. And as you breathe now in and out through your nose, can you soften the facial features just a little bit more? Can you relax this forehead, relax the jaw? And for the next few moments that we share, you're simply going to let the breath travel in and out and allow your awareness to gently be placed upon the surface of the breath. Nothing else but breath awareness now. And notice how it feels to be with your breath. And with that sense of openness starting to move even further into the body, let the back of the ribs as well inflate with the next inhale. And the next exhale, you just watch the rib cage softening back in toward itself. You're doing beautifully just as you are. Try not to overthink or overdo your meditation or your breathing. Keep a softness, a restfulness to the practice. So now you've had just a few moments to expand into the breath. We're going to find an equal breath together. I'll be creating a rhythm and a count that you're welcome to join me with. But if you feel it's too much in the body or too little, you can find your own rhythm, your own flow. Mine is just a framework that you can move between. So whatever breath you've got in your body over the next few moments, just let it go. And then breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And in. And out. In. And out. Finding your own rhythm now to the count of 4. or simply just allowing that breath to fill up and release. But make the breath your focus. Wrap your complete awareness around the breath now. And if the mind does travel away from the breath, which it will, can you meet yourself with compassion and courageously move back to the breath? Just a few more rhythms of equal breath today. In for 4 and out for 4. Again, don't overcomplicate this. Strip back to simplicity and just let the breath flow freely for a count of 4 in and a count of 4 out. Making this your final round of equal breath. And then returning to a natural breath. Your normal breathing. But perhaps you've noticed that your normal breathing is a little altered. Feels a bit different from when we began our practice together. Just spend the next few moments noticing if the breath has altered through that short and sweet breathing practice. Nicely done. From here, we're going to go on a journey of the senses to remind ourselves of our aliveness today. Through the senses, we can tap into present moment unfolding, but we can also tap into the essence of being alive and being of the world and in the world. So let's start with your sense of touch. Can you now notice the parts of your body that are in contact with other parts of your body? Just take a moment to scan through those moments of connection, of touch between your body parts. Notice if there's any particular sensation between the hands, the legs, the underarms. Just noticing that sense of touch throughout the body. Nicely done. And staying with the sense of touch, just noticing if you can sense the environment or the atmosphere on the surface of your skin. Sense of tingling or aliveness as you notice the surface of your skin. Just become aware. Beautifully done. From here, we let the sense of touch be there, but now in the background. And we move toward our sense of sight, even with the eyelids closed. What do you see? Perhaps there's colors, perhaps there's shapes, perhaps there's nothing at all. Just notice for the next few moments your sense of sight and what it is showing you. Nicely done. Taking a moment to acknowledge your sense of sight. Thanking your eyes, thanking your senses for giving you all those beautiful views and sights that you get to see and behold, that you have already and that you will. And then letting your sense of sight dissolve into the background with a sense of touch. And we now move toward your sense of smell. So in the next few moments, just allowing a really nice, smooth, steady, deep breath in through the nose. And noticing any smells as you exhale, releasing the breath. Do that a few times and just notice if there's any aroma at all. All is welcome. We try not to judge too much, but just become aware of. Nicely done. And again, we acknowledge our sense of smell. For all the beautiful smells that you've encountered and what your nose has allowed you to smell, and for all the smells that are to come, good and bad. And we let our sense of smell dissolve into the background, and we move toward our sense of taste. So you might simply move the tongue and swallow, just sensing into any taste that might be present in your mouth. And this is a hard one to observe. So if there's a texture that comes to mind or a color that comes to mind as you sense into your mouth and any taste that is present, that can sometimes be a little bit easier. And we acknowledge our sense of taste today. All of the things we have delighted in, all of the things we have disgusted in, just embracing this sense and what it has done for you up until now and what it will do for you in the moments, days to come. Nicely done. From here, releasing, letting that dissolve, and finally coming to our sense of sound. For the next few moments, simply tune into your ears and tune into what you are receiving through them. Notice sounds that are far away and sounds that are really close and present. See for the next few moments if you can indicate 4 or 5 sounds. And taking all of the sounds in all at once now, as if you were listening to a backing track that has already been pre-orchestrated for you to be listening into. Just taking in your soundscape and thanking your ears, your sense of sound for everything you have heard up until this moment. The good, the bad. And then everything that you're going to be hearing in the moments, the days to come. Thank you, sense of sound. I now invite you to become aware of all your senses, all at once. Touch, sight, smell, taste, sound. Sense your aliveness here in this moment. Your presence through the senses. The senses are a doorway into present moment or unfolding. How does it feel to activate them all and sense them now? Beautifully done. From here we return to the breath. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. 2 more just like that, in through the nose. You might exhale through the mouth. And then allowing the lips to gently seal off. Continue to breathe through the nose. And here we move into our morning affirmations. Affirmations are a beautiful tool to carve out new neurological pathways, to set us up for a beautiful, positive subconscious mind as the day unfolds. I'll leave a space between each affirmation. If you wish to repeat them internally, there is space for that. Otherwise, simply let them trickle through you today. I open to the unbound potential of this day. I open to the unbound potential of this day. I meet today's challenges with a smoothness from within. I meet today's challenges with a smoothness from within. I share my gifts and talents with others today. I share my gifts and talents with others today. I trust I am exactly where I need to be. I trust I am exactly where I need to be. Starting to deepen the breath here and now once again, and noticing how those affirmations were for you today. In the next few moments, you might start to bring some subtle movements in through the fingers and the toes. And only when you're ready, you could blink the eyes open and come back into your space, preparing to meet the day in a calm yet vital way.